Hello. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome back to the Ibri project once again. If it is your first time here, my name is Gigo, and the last update of this project was when we started with the plastering of the inside, of this four-bedroom house, and also started with the outside kitchen, the block laying, and the phase one electricals. So today update is going to be just a quick one. There's so much happening with this project at the moment, and the work is just randomly. Like I said, the owner is building it himself. So depends on how much funds that he has. He just put it in what is possible. So at the moment, I mean, he can afford the cement because he already has the sand at site. So instead of waiting to save and have so much money before he will continue with the project, he's just doing what he can at the moment, which is the plastering. So we'll be going around to see the work, being done here. I think the mortar is still wet, so I think maybe in our next episode we'll see, when everything dries up. So this video was recorded by one of the workers to him. So it's going to be a random walk. I think he was showing him one or two things and if there's any changes, and there have been a lot of changes with this project actually. I mean, the owner goes home and then he sees the outcome of something, and then he wants to add more or take some out. And that's the beauty of building your own house, taking in charge, and having workers that understand, and also listen to you. So we will see some of the changes. I think in my next episode we will see some of the changes being done with this project. And if it's your first time also coming across this Ibiri project, if you go to my playlist, there's cost estimates, there's so many information, how to build a house. This is on a half plot, and this is also kind of like a slope. It has a little bit of slope. So I mean, you will learn so much from this project. It is called the Ibri projects, and this is the episode 9. So I mean, if it's your first time, you have 8 more episodes to watch. And especially for those of you that are building in a brewery, and I mean, if your land is not like a very steep hill, like slow hill, I mean, there's so many rocks, right? There's so many rocks underneath the ground, so you have to watch out for that when you have to start with your foundation digging. I mean, there's so many things you can learn with this video particular if you watch how we started from the foundation and what we did with the rocks, right? So we use the rocks for the fence wall. We use some of it, for the fence wall and all that. So just check it out. So as I said, the owner, who is like Benjamin, is just doing random things. And like I said, just change when he comes, he sees anything, he just want to change, right? So he's building and is, adapting new things, which is very good. And like, I really commend him for that. So whilst the plastering, is going on, he is buying his block, as we all share on this channel, is just step by step process. Don't let anybody put pressure on you. Just do what you can, and just, if you cannot go further, just relax, take the time. If you have any balance, little by little. So he is buying his blocks, alongside, whilst the guys were doing the plastering, he was buying the blocks step by step to continue with the next level, which like was planned to be done in next year. But I mean, if the money comes and you put the money into the building, then you are eager to go again and work again and get a new money. And then, so that is the energy, the excitement you get when you see, the project growing, right? I mean, you're pumping money into this project. So immediately, or the fact that you are seeing instant changes, then you don't even feel the pain, right? You don't even feel that you are wasting money because you see the money in use, right? So that's another psychological thing when it comes to construction, right? So I was explaining that to my team also, that reporting the projects to the client is very important. Giving daily updates to the client, is very important, right? Because we live outside of the country, we send money, and if we still have to kind of push and be asking for updates and stuff, sometimes it's a little bit stressful. So once in a while, you have to just make the video to make the client happy, right? To see that the money, your hard work is being paying off. So, fast forward, they already start with the block lane, right? So Benjamin is trying so much to keep these guys busy, trying to give them work to do. So the guys are also happy. I mean, they also understand. It's all about communication, That's what I always share here, that the first thing, you should do, if you want to build a house, is to just create the group, right? Just you have to talk to the artisans, right? You have to let them know they understand, what you are up to, what you are looking for. And trust me, they will listen. They will listen. They will listen to you if you have that kind of communication before you begin with the whole project. So they do understand, right? They do understand that this guy don't have all the money, but he's also trying his best to keep them, active and available on site every day. So the little that he brings, they appreciate the work and they get it done fast. So you can see the work for yourself, everything is going on. I mean, my next episode, I'll come with a cost estimate for this section also, and also how much, he has spent till date. And, it's just as a motivation, that doesn't mean that it's going to cost you that same amount of money to build a similar house. But I mean, this is just to give you an idea, how much things are going for, right? So, I mean, the last time we were talking about building materials, right? He started around like 2021 or so. Yeah, and then I think around 2020, I was buying a trip of sand for 600 Ghana cedis, right? For 600 Ghana cedis. That's what, like a trip of sand. And I mean, today, how much are you buying a trip of sand? It's 1,000 plus. So we were just, having those kind of discussion. And it's really funny, the journey of building. I mean, the amount of, the price of, building material when you start is not going to be the same at the end. You start buying, a bag of cement for like maybe 100 to today, but by the time you will be finished with your structure, you'll be buying it like 150 or 120. So don't save the money. Don't, say, oh, let me save more before I come. Let me save more money before I continue. That's why it's very important to talk to the guys before you start, so that, when there's a slow, they understand. They can also come with idea. Oh, boss, I mean, like, let's do this first. This is what the money can do. So let's focus here. You share ideas, you ask questions, and, they will make things happen, right? Ghanaians are not lazy people. I mean, there are some bad ones there who try to take advantage, but I mean, there are good ones out there. And I mean, if you talk to them, the most important thing is the communication. If you talk to them, they understand. So then I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode. Let's do we?